Welcome back to the Whole Life Blueprint podcast. AI is something we hear about constantly these days. So today we're doing a deep dive into this world that seems to be changing everything and really try to break it down. We'll be looking closely at the book, AI Basics for Everyone, a practical approach for all ages.
It's amazing how AI is really all about trying to recreate human intelligence. It seems so futuristic, but it's already here.
Right. The book starts by really simply laying out how AI is all about giving machines the ability to act like humans. Like, think about computers doing things that usually take a brain, understanding language, recognizing patterns, or even learning from experience.
Well, and that's the big thing, isn't it? That learning from experience, that's where machine learning comes in, which is a core concept in AI.
The book explains it so clearly, too. It's basically teaching computers to learn by feeding them tons of data instead of programming them for every single little thing. Kind of like how we learn from what happens to us.
Exactly.
Except for computers, it's all about data.
Think about those recommendations you get on Netflix or Spotify or, that's machine learning right there. Those algorithms are figuring out what you like based on what you've watched or listened to, and then they predict what you might want to check out next. That's powerful stuff. And it's being used in all sorts of areas like healthcare and marketing.
So businesses can use AI to really make smart decisions based on data instead of just going with their gut. And this is where it gets super interesting because the book goes into neural networks, which are modeled after the human brain.
Yeah, neural networks are these systems with interconnected nodes, kind of like the neurons in our brains. And these nodes work together to process information. The amazing thing is how good they are at stuff like image recognition and speech recognition, which used to be really hard for computers.
So when you tag your friends on Facebook or talk to your virtual assistant, you're actually interacting with neural networks.
Exactly. And it's a field that keeps growing and changing all the time. It's exciting to see what they'll come up with next.
And the book talks about the history of AI, too. It's gone through these phases of excitement and disappointment. There were even times called AI winters when it felt like things weren't moving forward.
Yeah, those AI winters are interesting because they show how far AI has come. Like those early AI programs were all about problem solving with logic and rules. But machine learning is what really changed everything. Now AI can learn from data and adapt to new situations.
Which leads us to automation, which is what a lot of people think of when they hear AI, is using technology to do things without humans having to step in.
And you see automation everywhere in AI now. It's changing how we work and even how we live.
Yeah, from factories and offices to our own homes. Think about robotic vacuum cleaners or self-driving cars. Or those chatbots you talk to when you need customer service.
Right.
It seems like there are so many benefits to automation, like increased efficiency and lower costs. It can make things a lot easier. But I do wonder if there are any downsides to this rapid advancement.
That's a great point. The potential is huge.
Yeah.
But we have to be realistic about the challenges, too. Like, as AI gets more and more advanced, there's a chance that some jobs people do now will be automated. So we need to be ready for that as individuals and as a society.
So does that mean we all need to become programmers or AI experts? That sounds kind of intimidating.
Not necessarily. What the book really stresses is the importance of being flexible and always learning. It's not about becoming a tech whiz overnight. It's about being open to learning new skills and new ways of working as AI becomes a bigger part of our lives.
That makes sense. It's about being proactive and adapting to change instead of being scared of it.
Exactly. We can't just sit back and wait for the future to happen. We have to actively shape it. And that starts with understanding these trends and getting ourselves ready. And that's why understanding AI isn't just for the tech people anymore. It's becoming really important for everyone, no matter what you do or where you come from.
So whether you're a parent or a student or someone running a business or even retired, understanding AI can help you navigate all this change and make good decisions about how you interact with technology.
Absolutely. And the book does a great job of showing how AI is already being used in so many different areas, from businesses and healthcare to education and transportation. AI is having a huge impact.
This is all so interesting. Before we go any further, though, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll dive even deeper into these real-world applications and see how AI is shaping the world around us. Welcome back to our deep dive into AI. We were talking about how it's already impacting all these different areas, and I'm really curious to hear more about these real-world applications.
Well, let's start with the business world. I mean, AI is being used in ways that a lot of people probably don't even realize. It's not just robots taking over. It's about making businesses smarter and more efficient.
So how is AI being used in businesses right now?
One big area is predictive analytics, which is using AI to analyze past data to predict future trends. And that can be super valuable for making good business decisions.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Let's say you have a retail company that wants to manage their inventory better. AI can analyze all their sales data, seasonal trends, even things like weather patterns to predict what the demand will be, so they know how much stock to have on hand, and they can minimize waste and maximize profits.
Wow, that's amazing. So AI is helping businesses make more money and be more efficient. What about healthcare?
AI is making huge strides in healthcare too, for example. Some hospitals are using AI systems to help doctors diagnose diseases more accurately. These systems can analyze things like X-rays and MRIs, and they can pick up on subtle signs of disease that a human doctor might miss.
That's incredible. It sounds like AI is really improving patient care.
It definitely has the potential to. AI is also being used to develop new drugs and treatments by analyzing massive amounts of data. AI can help researchers identify promising new drug candidates. It's like having a superpowered research assistant working 24/7.
So it's speeding up medical research and potentially leading to cures for diseases. It's amazing how AI is changing healthcare. What about education? How is AI changing the way we learn?
Well, one way AI is being used in education is to personalize learning. Imagine having AI-powered tutoring systems that adapt to each student's needs and how they learn best, instead of everyone learning at the same pace and in the same way.
That sounds great for students. How do these tutoring systems work?
They use algorithms to figure out what a student is good at and what they need help with, and then they tailor the lessons and the pace to that student. They can even give personalized feedback and support so students really understand the concepts.
So it's creating a more engaging and effective learning environment.
Exactly. AI can also automate things like grading, which frees up teachers to spend more time with their students and give them more personalized guidance.
It seems like AI could really revolutionize education, making it more personalized and engaging and effective.
Absolutely. And it's not just changing the classroom. AI is changing transportation, too.
Oh, right. Self-driving cars. Are we close to seeing them everywhere?
Self-driving cars are definitely one of the most exciting things happening in transportation right now. They use sensors and cameras and algorithms to navigate roads, avoid obstacles, and make decisions about speed and lane changes. They're still being tested, but they have the potential to make our roads much safer.
That's so cool. So AI is changing the cars we drive, but also how we manage traffic and transportation systems in general.
Yeah, some cities are using AI to control traffic lights and optimize traffic flow, which can reduce congestion and make commutes shorter.
It's incredible how AI is impacting so many parts of our lives. We've talked about business, healthcare, education, and transportation. It seems like the possibilities are endless.
You're right, and this is just the beginning. As AI keeps evolving, we're going to see even more innovative applications. It's going to change how we live and work and interact with the world.
This is all so fascinating. But with all these advancements, are there specific AI tools or technologies that people can use in their everyday lives? I'm curious about how we can interact with AI beyond these big applications.
That's a great question. We've been talking about these big AI applications, but the book also mentions some really cool AI tools that people can use every day.
Exactly. AI isn't just this abstract thing anymore. It's becoming more and more accessible through all these different tools and apps.
So what are some examples that people might already be using without realizing it?
Well, for starters, there are virtual assistants like Siri and Alexa and Google Assistant. They've gotten so popular lately.
Oh, absolutely. I use mine all the time. It's crazy how they can do so much. Set reminders, play music, answer questions, even control my smart home devices. Right. They're really versatile, and they're getting smarter all the time as AI technology improves. It's like having your own personal assistant.
It really is. And speaking of smart homes, I've seen a lot of AI-powered devices like smart thermostats and security systems.
You're right. AI is making our homes smarter and more efficient, like smart thermostats that learn your temperature preferences and adjust the heating and cooling automatically to save energy.
That's so cool. What other AI tools can people use to make their lives easier?
Well, there are AI-powered budgeting and personal finance apps now that help people manage their money better. They can track your spending. and even give you personalized financial advice.
That's really helpful. I know a lot of people who can use that.
Definitely. AI is getting more and more integrated into our lives. It's helping us with everything from managing our money to planning meals.
It's amazing to see how AI is having such a real impact on our daily lives. Are there any other AI tools that you think are particularly interesting?
One area that's really exciting is online learning platforms. A lot of them are using AI to personalize the learning experience for each student.
Wow. So it's like those AI-powered tutoring systems we talked about, but on a bigger scale?
Exactly. These platforms can analyze how a student learns and then recommend courses and materials and even adjust the pace of instruction to create a custom learning path.
That's incredible. It seems like AI is making personalized learning accessible to everyone.
I agree. And it's not just about access. AI can make learning more engaging and effective too.
This has been such a fascinating conversation. We've learned so much about AI, from the basic concepts to the real-world applications to the tools we can use every day. I feel like I have a much better grasp on this whole field now.
I'm glad to hear that. AI is a really interesting topic, and it's only going to become more important in our lives. It's great to stay informed and be open to the possibilities.
Absolutely. A huge thank you to our expert for sharing their insights with us today. And to all our listeners, thank you for joining us on the Whole Life Blueprint podcast. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of AI. Until next time.